is an alternative to our current model that focuses on the marginalized and the poor of the world. Fair trade could be defined in many different ways, but some people might describe it as a social justice movement. Others may say it's an alternative to conventional trade, this idea of a free trade system or a free trade model. But when you look at fair trade, it's really based on partnerships.
So before I wasn't really, not that I wasn't interested in fair trade, but I just didn't really know much about it. And then I think when I went to Guatemala, I got to experience people working in a developing country firsthand, and the conditions that they work in and the environment that they work in, and the labor and the care that goes into these products that we're buying.
That you could buy a shirt, let's say for $30 in any retail, and what you would find in a free trade model, a conventional trading model, the worker would receive maybe 20 cents for that production of that shirt. In a fair trade model, that worker might receive 4.5% or 5% of that shirt. About the difference between 20 cents or 0.5% and 4.5% or 5% and $1.30.
Home from Guatemala, I really started to pay attention to the things that I was buying and making sure that I was buying all fair trade if I could, because I was able to put a face behind the people that are making these products and what I'm buying.
And so when I started to see and hear these stories and hear stories like from a woman that I'm just thinking about from Honduras, and she was speaking about the difference that fair trade had for her and her family, and it meant actually being able to purchase condiments.
For me, it's putting the human face towards it. When I met the people that I met in Guatemala and was able to put the face behind it, it really made that much of a difference for me, and it showed me who I'm supporting and what my money is going towards.
So I teach every semester a module, whether it's in my international business class or whether it's in my macroeconomics class, on fair trade. Again, we do silly simulations so that students actually understand or could possibly understand for a brief moment what it's like to be marginalized. And so we play these little games where they're the farmers and, other groups are the rich countries, and I sort of pit them against each other.
I would say just by being involved with CRS, and I think just by going to Cabrini too, a lot of the things that we have here are fair trade, which is awesome. And being involved in CRS and advocating, lobbying, going down to DC, I'm doing that in a couple weeks, which I'm really excited for.
So I think that students aren't going to change in terms of their lifestyle unless they're aware. And I think the more people that understand and truly understand the issues of the wider perspective on our conventional trade and the effects that our conventional trade have on the poor, they're going to want to make more informed decisions.
Doing what we can and using our voices. One voice isn't going to tackle every huge issue that we're experiencing in our society, but using our voice for what we can is really important. So whether it's calling your congressman or going down to DC to lobby, sending an email, little things like that do help, and they do show that we care and we want these laws and these regulations to continue to happen and to get better. So I feel like that's also really important. But I think the main thing to take away from that is the education, really spreading the word and getting it out there to other people that don't have the same ability that we have at Cabrini.
And here at Cabrini, I think that a lot of the students, most students know what fair trade is. So I can't really use our students as a guide because we are very much social justice minded, and with that, fair trade is part of that. But when we talk about the average person on the street, I don't think they really have a firm understanding of fair trade in terms of how it connects with our free trade model, what it actually serves to do, and it's really to raise up the marginalized throughout the world.